Welcome to today's training. Today we are going to be talking about how to launch your own fun, fantastic furniture flipping business from home. And we're going to be hearing from Kristi Kuehl and hear her process for how she earned $6,000 in her first 6 weeks flipping furniture from her house. So here's a great picture of Kristi. She's actually the star of an upcoming reality show called Pick, Paint, Profit. She's also the creator of this course. And she also has her very own business that she'll be telling you about here in just a moment. And on top of that, she has her own paint line. So Kristi is a great person to be learning from, to learn this business from. She is the authority in this space. And I'm very excited that we get to hear from Kristi on how to generate money from home with a real business that you're going to absolutely love. So this is for you if you want to earn extra income. You want the freedom that comes with having your own fun, fantastic business, and you want to start a new career, and you want to feel more fulfilled with what you're doing. This business can help you achieve all of those things. It's really fantastic. So this is the perfect business for military spouses, for single parents, for stay-at-home parents, for retirees. It's a great business model for all these groups of people and really just anybody wanting a change in their life. And Kristi's going to talk about the change she wanted to see in her life and how this business really transformed her life in a big, big way. So this has truly been life-changing for her. So Kristi, let's talk a little bit about what's possible with this business. And we hear the puppies in the background, which is another beautiful byproduct of this business. You are working from home. So.
I am, and they're barking at the goats outside.
Amazing, amazing.
Yes. Yeah, seriously. So, I started this out of my house when I was on a temporary layoff, and it was truly life-changing for me. I was working for corporate America, and I absolutely did not like it at all. So during that little bit of layoff, I started looking for ways to make money. So within the first 6 weeks of starting out of my garage, I had $6,000 in a tin in my kitchen that I had accumulated, and I had taken this business really from a free piece on Craigslist to my own storefront within 6 months. So it is absolutely a business model that anybody can use and put in place from your house, or if your goal is to have a storefront. So that's why it works for so many people.
Yeah, and it's amazing. There you are at your house. You're working. You build some of your pieces at the house with your husband. You paint your furniture at the house sometimes. I mean, so you don't have to have the big expensive storefront, right, to have this truly life-changing business.
You absolutely don't. I have a client who is working this business out of her apartment. So as long as you have a space to paint, you have an opportunity to make money.
Amazing, amazing. And let's talk a little bit about your storefront. You have an amazing, beautiful storefront that I've been blessed to go see. And it's where's that at?
So I am in downtown Fairfield. We're in Northern California, right smack dab between San Francisco and Sacramento. But we are a rural town, not heavily populated. We're right outside an Air Force base here, Travis Air Force Base. We have an Air Force base in town, so that's why I do have a lot of military spouses that are using this plan and generating a little extra income while they're at home.
Amazing.
So I have a huge store. Actually, it's 4,000 square feet of showroom, and then I've got about another 2,000 square feet of a warehouse and a classroom because I do teach classes. And I talk about that in the seminar as well. But in my first year of business, I was able to generate over $300,000 in gross sales between selling furniture, custom work, and selling paint. And it definitely given me the opportunity to integrate into my community and be able to give back a little bit. I love, love, love when these single moms come in, or these, well, like I said, we have a lot of military spouses, and being able to earn an extra $500 to $1,000 a month just within a couple, 3 pieces of furniture is a huge gift to a lot of people. So it's a great, it really is life-changing, or it really can be life-changing.
And you just got invited, speaking of community, you were a judge, right, for one of the local parades they did,
I
4th of
was.
July?
I got to judge the 4th of July parade, which is really kind of a big deal in our little town.
Yeah.
So it was quite an honor. Yes.
That's so cool. So you've really built a business from your house that's now worldly recognized. You have people that follow you from the United Kingdom. I mean, one of the most amazing things when I first met you was you showing me messages from people from like the UK, right? That were messaging you, following you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
it's
and we talk about that building your Facebook, because Facebook, obviously, social media helps you reach a very broad audience as opposed to just your local community. And you change. My ability to change people's lives across the world is at my fingertips. Really.
amazing. Amazing. That's true life-changing stuff right there. And let's talk a
It
little bit
is.
about your story here, a little bit more. We started touching on it, but a little bit about what drove you to this point of saying, hey, I want to start flipping furniture and start this new venture.
Well, I was going through a divorce, and I had gone back to work when we separated because I didn't work before, and I was working for corporate America, and I absolutely hated it. And I was an independent contractor, and every 6 months they had to lay us off. So I was on one of those 6-month layoffs, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. And I remember sitting on my couch in my living room, and I was like, I've got to figure out something either to take my mind off of all the stuff I'm going through, or a way to generate some money, because I definitely wasn't getting very much on unemployment. So I started perusing Craigslist, actually, because I used to refinish furniture before, but then I had stopped because of all the chemicals. But I had learned about a non-toxic paint line that was used for furniture, and I've always been very fond of antiques and things that were vintage. So I just started looking on Craigslist, and I found actually a piece for free, and I had a friend pick it up for me because it was in San Francisco, and he brought it to me, and I went to the local store that sold the paint, and I bought some paint, and I painted it, and I put it up for sale, and I sold it for $200 in like 20 minutes. So
Wow.
I took that $200 and I actually perused Craigslist and bought a couple pieces. Not a lot of money. I'd say less than $50 a piece for, I can't even remember what it was I bought. I think I bought a dresser and something else. But I did the same thing. I just got some more paint as well, and I painted those two, and they sold. So I was addicted. I mean, it was fun. I was going out picking, driving around at night, grabbing as much furniture as I could and putting it in all the extra rooms in my house and in my garage. And when you can pick up pieces for 20, 30, sometimes even free, like I said, and invest a little bit of your time and a little bit of product and sell it for a huge bit. By the time 6 weeks had come and it was time for me to go back to work, I had $6,000 accumulated in profit in my kitchen, in a tin in my kitchen. And that means I had continued to buy pieces, because my goal was that every piece I sold, I at least bought one more piece. So I did keep some of the money because I did have bills to pay, but I also always reinvested at least some of the money in another piece. So within 6 months, I had opened a storefront, and I talk about that a lot in the seminar and that journey. And then just this past January, I launched my own paint line from the manufacturer that was manufacturing the non-toxic line. I have it private labeled for myself now, and have developed actually a ton of new products with Nancy that we offer in my paint line. And I'm so proud of that paint line, because it's one of the only paint lines in the nation that everything in the line is 100% green and non-toxic, but it outperforms everything. So I'm really proud of that.
That's amazing. That's just an incredible story. And speaking of incredible story, you have an upcoming reality show, right?
I do. I wish I could take credit for that on my own, but that does now include my husband and a lot of my staff and the people that support me on a daily basis. So it's going to be a lot of fun and definitely uncharted territories for TV, I believe. We're doing
Yeah.
something that anybody can do, and it's a little bit different game than flipping houses, which people have a hard time getting into. Flipping
Yeah.
furniture, anybody can do. So we're excited about that for
So
sure.
cool. Lives are going to be changed from that too. So let's jump in a
That's the
little.
idea.
Yeah, that's the whole point. And I mean, in fact, you're even getting for your Pick Paint Profit course that we're going to introduce to you in a moment. I mean, Chris Pratt even tweeted about it, right?
Yes, he did.
Yes.
Did.
So
I huge shout out from Chris Pratt, which I am ever grateful for. He's a great guy, and his brother is one of our closest friends. So yeah, I was honored and shocked, to say the least, when I saw that. But I'll take it. I'll take the tweet for sure.
amazing, absolutely amazing. So so this is what we're going to cover a little bit today. We're going to cover one effective picking strategy. So the whole purpose of this system is Pick, Paint, Profit. That's going to be the name of the reality show. It's also the name of the course, Pick, Paint, Profit course. And it's all about picking the right pieces so you can sell them. The painting strategies. We're going to talk about one of your favorite painting strategies, Kristi's. And then
Right.
one special profit strategy as well. So one thing that you'll share with everybody listening today on how they can actually generate more profits, with this business. And then also we'll go in a little bit more about what to look for in the paint line and, what kind of paint they should be using. And amazingly enough, you have the perfect solution for that. So
For most people.
yeah. So here's our promise. So we promise to teach as much as we can in a very limited time here, because time is limited. So let's have Kristi just talk a little bit about picking here. So if you want to talk about what's your first spot that you go online to check?
Well, when I first started, and what I recommend for anybody who's first starting, the best resource you have is Craigslist. It's free. It opens your whole world up to local, surrounding areas as long as you're willing to drive. So definitely Craigslist is the best place to start.
That's awesome. So Craigslist is where you go to look for pieces. And when you're out there, what types of pieces are you actually looking for? What kind of pieces would you recommend somebody start looking at?
Well, for me, I only do vintage. So there are a lot of people who paint and flip furniture that will paint anything, but I try to stay away from the lesser quality pieces. So when you're buying pieces that are from some of the big box retail stores nowadays, they're a lot of particle board. They're not built to last, whereas vintage pieces, and I'm not necessarily even talking about, antiques. I'm talking about, even from the 50s, the 60s. I personally like the 1920s to the 50s but they're built better. They're solid wood. They've got a lot more detail, and you'd be surprised how many of them are really inexpensive on Craigslist because people don't like them wood, or they've been abused and the surface isn't nice. And I actually show you in the seminar in the painting portion what it looks like, what they look like when I get them, and what they look like when we're done. And one of my favorite picking stories, I have many. I can't even, honestly, I don't even know if I can give one.
Yeah.
But there are pieces that I have literally saved from a trip to the dump. Like,
Wow.
you go and they've got them sitting outside, and it's like, what are you going to do with that? Well, that's going to the dump. And then, I take them and repurpose them. I have an organ, an 1800s pump organ that I repurposed into a bar, which I'm very proud of, and there's pictures of what it looked like in the seminar the day I picked it up and what it looks like when I was finished with it. So that's probably one of my favorite saves, one of my favorite picking
It's
stories.
amazing too. I love it. It's just amazing. It blows my mind when
And the thing is people, I think, sometimes tend to make the job a little bit bigger than what it actually is. So that's why I like the fact that we talk about step by step what has to be done, because it really doesn't take you long to transform these pieces. Not even days. We're talking hours.
Wow, that's so powerful. And so what's one thing, so step number 2, obviously, so they pick a great piece of furniture, then they're going to paint it is the next part. So yeah, what do you do every time when you start painting a piece? What's the first thing you do?
Well, of course, I am painting pieces that are going to be placed in other people's homes. So you got to kind of keep your creativity, I don't want to say at bay, but you don't want to get crazy with colors. You know, if you're painting something purple and yellow and orange, it's not gonna, you're gonna limit your audience as far as, you know, who's gonna purchase that piece to place in their house. So probably the most important thing when you're painting for other people, when you're painting for you know, pieces to sell, is that you're picking, you know, neutral colors. You're kind of keeping it on the calmer end of the spectrum. But you will get people that, you know, you'll do custom work and they want a purple buffet, so you get to express your creativity. And I do want to stress that you do not need to be an artist, and you do not need to have painted furniture before. Anybody can do this. My paint line is so forgiving and easy to work with that I have transformed people's lives just by people who have taken the class that have no interest in starting a business, but, you know, like to do a piece here and there for themselves.
Yeah.
And like I said, you definitely don't need to be an artist, so don't let it scare you.
And you said you find people that, you know, I know it's kind of like therapeutic, right? It's like a stress reliever, and, you know, men, women, young, old. I mean, I've seen all demographics in and out of your store. It's amazing.
I have a 13-year-old who's painting furniture right now and selling it. So it literally is anybody. That's
awesome. So cool. And it's one of those things that you can just do and just have a stress relief and have a good time and doing it.
Right. It is definitely therapeutic. That's one thing that almost everybody says, that they do it because it's therapeutic.
That's amazing. So now we're going to talk about how you can take something therapeutic and make profit from it, which is pretty cool.
That's always nice. Yeah. That's a bonus.
Always a bonus, right? So so a couple things on the profit end of things. Whoops. So where would you post your pieces for sale? So you talked about finding them on Craigslist. Do you repost on Craigslist, or?
I do. Okay. Actually, I still to this day list all of my pieces for sale on Craigslist. I do an ad by dealer, not an ad by owner, because I am a store. I also still post them on my Facebook page, but I am telling you that probably 70% of my pieces sell out of the area off of Craigslist.
Wow.
So you always want to not just target your local community. Like I said, I live in Northern California. I have people come from San Jose, which is about an hour and a half away. I have people come from San Francisco, Sacramento. So you want to advertise way outside of your area, and we talk about this in the seminar as well, because people will come to you for your pieces. Don't sell yourself short. Don't think that you're only going to be able to reach your community, because that is farthest from the truth.
And that's big too. You just mentioned some bigger cities, right? So some people might be listening to this and say, oh, I've got to live in a big city, right? But your sister, and you've got several other examples of people living in small towns.
My sister lives in Owine, Iowa, which is population, I think, 3,000. Her store is in Dyersville, but same thing for her. Obviously, she uses my system. And I had to actually talk her into painting furniture, trying it. She had been working with the developmentally disabled, but she was the artistic one in our family, not me.
Wow.
But she has just hit the ground running, and she's making more money now than she's ever made in any other job that she's ever been in, and she's happy. So that's the best thing, is having a job, if you even want to call it a job, that you love doing, that makes you happy every day.
So cool. That's really what it's about. And the other thing, as far as profiting, I know Facebook's been really, really good to you too, right? As far as that goes.
Yes. You know, like I said, we do talk about this in the seminar, but I set up a Facebook business account the first day that I decided that I was going to try and, you know, turn this hobby into a money-making plan for myself, not necessarily a storefront, but, you know, just to reach even the local people in Facebook, via Facebook, because it's free. You know, we're talking about utilizing every free venue of marketing that you possibly can without having to, you know, reinvest any of your income in there. And so absolutely growing your Facebook following is huge, huge. And we talk about a lot of secrets on how to do that and how to do it quickly.
That's so cool. And the last thing we'll talk about in the profiting part here, just because of time, is, you know, I've seen this question when we actually we got this product out recently to some folks, and I got a few questions from people saying, can I do this business outside of the United States? And what would your answer be to that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not an anomaly here. There's people doing this in Australia, in the UK, all over. You really, the United States is not special. There's furniture everywhere for sale. I mean, everywhere. So you can
That's awesome.
do this anywhere.
That's awesome. I like to tell people too, you can look at, if there's a Craigslist in that area, which Craigslist goes globally, then most likely you could easily sell into this business, and you're going to find Craigslist in every country. So,
yep. Absolutely.
Yep. That's so huge. So the final thing, I mean, probably the most essential aspect of this business is using quality paint and quality products, right? And,
For sure.
Let's talk a little bit about your paint line, the Pure Home paint line, and why people should be looking at it, right?
Yes, I personally think people should be looking at it, but you can be successful,
Yeah.
with a different paint line. I don't want to make it sound like that, but the one thing that you always want to keep in mind is that your work is only as good as the quality products that you choose. So whether it's the pieces that you're picking or the paints that you're using, your clients will continue to be repeat clients if you're giving them the best quality. So my paint line, like I said before, I don't work with chemicals. It is completely 100% green. Everything in the line, the glazes, the finishes, the shimmers, the chalk paint itself. We have a vast array of transforming mediums that we've added to the paint line, including even nursery wall paint for babies' rooms.
Wow.
So I just recommend that when you are trying to choose a paint line for your business when you move into a store, that you do your research and you sample, the products so you can stand behind them, not just, choose a line just because it's available to you. And the other thing is that I'm really probably one of the most important aspects of my paint is that it is acrylic based and not latex paint. There's a lot of latex paint out there and latex blend paints, and they are not meant for furniture. They're meant for walls. Latex paint was never meant for furniture. So we talk about that a little bit as well. But our paint is specifically formulated for furniture.
That's outstanding. And the other part I love is that you're pregnant right now and you're still painting, right? Using this.
I am.
Yeah.
I'm actually completely covered in it right now because I've been working on the nursery all mornings. But yes, I do not worry at all about being in contact with my products, any of them.
So cool. And I know you've had people that have allergies that have been in your store that are regular customers, right? They have ongoing allergies and they
yes.
This helps them.
Yes, people with fibromyalgia, with lupus, with asthma. The list actually goes on. I have one lady that is literally allergic to just about everything on the planet, and she was an artist and had to give it up, and her husband came in and we talked, and she came in and got some samples and took the paint to her allergist and had it tested, and there was absolutely nothing in it that she was allergic to, which was amazing. I mean, she literally cried in my store.
Wow.
Because when you're an artist and they take that away from you, it's hard. But to be able to offer your clients the safest product on the market, but above and beyond the safety, it's the durability and the finishes. It's unsurpassed. It really is. I'm really, really proud of it. Just remember, I didn't create it. I just sell it, but I am so proud of it. I mean, it is an amazing product.
That's so awesome. And, one kind of a bonus tip, people might be wondering, what kind of brushes do you recommend and that are you using?
I actually am a distributor for Klingon brushes. They work the best with my paint. Frank is from the Netherlands, and he created these brushes. They're synthetic. They're actually considered a live brush. They are the best chalk paint brush on the market, and they're very inexpensive compared to other, chalk paint line brushes, specialty brushes. Yeah. So I'm very, very proud to be connected with Klingon as well.
That's awesome. So it's a very low barrier to entry. So you don't want people thinking that, I need to have, several $100s just to get paint and brushes. Like they really could get started.
Oh, no.
Expense, right?
Not even. Our smallest paint, which is pictured there on the top right, the 8-ounce, that small container of paint will do an entire buffet, and that paint costs $11. So
wow.
On average, the average size piece, I'm not talking a nightstand, I'm talking a dresser or a china cabinet, you're going to be spending collectively less than probably $25 in product to transform them.
Amazing. That's amazing.
It is.
I love
It's pretty good stuff.
It is. So Well, and there we just talked about why chalk paint is the best. So there it is.
Yeah, it is the best. It is the best.
Yeah. So if you can dream it, you can do it. That's something I know that you stand behind, right, Kristi?
You know what? I tell everybody all the time, I am absolutely nothing special. I mean, I am you. It's not because I'm wildly, talented in this field. It's just anybody can do it. They really can.
That's such a powerful message. I absolutely love that. And it holds true in so many avenues. And, this is the type of business that if you want to change, this is, you're proof positive that you can make that change with this. So,
Absolutely.
And that brings us right here to Pick, Paint, Profit. So it's all about repurposing furniture, transforming lives. I mean, that's the number one reason you're so excited about the show and also so excited about the Pick, Paint, Profit course itself is because it is transforming lives. And I love that part. So I'm going to talk a little bit about the Pick, Paint, Profit course, and then we'll get some closing thoughts from you as well, Kristi.
Sounds good.
The Pick, Paint, Profit course, it contains everything you could ever want to know about successfully launching your very own furniture flipping business. And so this is a money-making system that simply works. So you're going to follow the entire system that Kristi uses. Now, we were limited on time here today with this webinar that you guys are listening to or the video replay, and it's very limited on time here. So there's only so much you can cover because there's a lot to this business once to learn. And so this is a money-making system that really works and works well. And it's a business for all skill levels. And so it's great for the single or stay-at-home parent, a military spouse, a retiree, anyone wanting to make extra cash that they can then scale into a full-time business from home. This is for you. You don't even have to want to scale this to a full-time business. There's a lot of people that are happy making that extra $300 to $500 a month just to pay a car payment or to go on vacation or whatever they want to do. This business gives you that flexibility. So it's a proven business model. Kristi's proven it over the years, and it's phenomenal. So this is a complete and proven business model that you can follow. The best part is that it's very easily duplicable, So meaning you can duplicate this business very, very easy, and that gets me very, very excited to tell you about it. So you're going to learn the exact system that she used to make $6,000 in her first 6 weeks, and again has transformed that into multiple six figures in her first year and an ongoing sustainable business with the whole storefront. So you're going to learn the entire system from start to finish. So it's a real business and something that can literally transform your life. So you can earn an extra little bit each month, or you can make this your full-time business. The choice is going to be yours here in just a moment. Inside the Pick, Paint, Profit course that Kristi and Trevor Smith put together, you will discover the picking strategy. You're going to learn how to pick the perfect pieces to paint and resell. Picking the right pieces, it's really the base of your business. And so if you know what pieces to be picking, Kristi's actually going to show you examples of pieces she's picked. You talk about pricing strategies in there. So there's a lot of good insight there that's super valuable to your business. You're going to learn the painting strategy. So you're going to watch Kristi actually paint a piece from start to finish. So you'll learn the exact steps she goes through to paint beautiful pieces every time. So this means if you are in the United Kingdom, if you're in Australia, if you're in the East Coast of the U.S., if you cannot go to one of Kristi's live classes, you can actually be at home and watch her amazing painting, watch her transform a piece from start to finish right before your eyes. So that's all covered there, so you're going to know exactly what steps to take to make your pieces stand out and sell. Then she covers the profit strategy. This is where you're going to fully understand Kristi's profit strategies, discover her marketing secrets, her pricing formulas, and invaluable ways to grow this business into the full-time business that it is today for her. You're also going to get the bonus PDF. So you're going to get the complete PDFs for the picking, painting, and profit strategies so you can use them as a quick reference guide as you build your new business. So not only do you get the video training, but you're going to have a PDF that goes with each element of the business, the picking, painting, and profit, so you can actually go through those at your leisure. On top of that, this is probably one of the biggest bonuses, is the Facebook VIP Mastermind group. And this is where you're going to get personal help when you need it from Kristi herself. So personal help when it comes to picking, painting, and selling your pieces. I've been lucky to be in this group, and I've seen the interaction she gives her members. It's phenomenal. So one of the things that Kristi does is people can ask the question, what do you think I should sell this for? Or I'm thinking of buying this piece. Is this worth something I should be pursuing? All sorts of questions like that. And that's inside this Facebook VIP Mastermind. And you're really having an expert in this field at your disposal. And it's a huge bonus only for those that act quick on this deal. It also is professionally filmed and edited by our good friend Trevor L. Smith of Usher & Studios. It is he's an award-winning filmmaker. So not only is this an info product with training, but it's going to be a joy to watch. It's a true beauty, and it really was well done, well edited, very well put together, and in a way that's going to educate you and also entertain you at the same time. So there's a ton of value piled in here. If you were to buy each of these components separately, you would be spending $1,632 after we added up all the coaching with the VIP Mastermind and everything else she's including here. Your cost today, though, is only $197, which is what we were originally going to be charging for this. But we know how amazing this deal is. So for just $97, you can get access to the entire Pick, Paint, Profit course for only $97. That's $100 savings from what we originally were going to charge. It's almost it's over $1,400 less than what the value is that you're getting. So just $97 is going to give you everything you need to start your own business that can literally transform your life. So you're also covered by our 100% money-back guarantee. So that means you have 30 days to go through the training, decide if it's something that is going to be good for you. You can go through it. If after 30 days, if you're not happy, you can issue a refund, but we're confident that you're not going to do that because you're going to see the immense value you're getting here. Go to right now, pickpaintprofitcourse.com/special. pickpaintprofitcourse.com/special, and this amazing training can be all yours. So again, that's pickpaintprofitcourse.com/special. And we're so excited that you guys are going to be joining Kristi Kuehl on this amazing journey to paint furniture.